I think to convince big enterprises to actually change things, the advice really is a bit of a cliche. Just start small and then go from there. Hey, I'm Waleczek. I'm based in Auckland, New Zealand, and I'm currently the analytics practice lead at Davanti, a Tableau partner in New Zealand and the largest Salesforce partner in the country. My focus is really on training and enablement to teach people how to use Tableau and how to get the most out of the data and the best insights out of it. I think customers need to be prepared to change on very different levels, from changing your mind on just a simple chart on a dashboard. And often having access to data actually challenges some of the preconceived ideas you have. So one of the stories would be where a customer sort of had the idea that sales for a certain product always spiked in a certain month. And then when you look at the data, you actually see, no, that's not the case. It was just in the previous year and all the years before, it was barely a spike in that particular month. I think especially with the role in consulting, a lot of what consultants do is challenge these ideas and processes as clients. And often when you see clients come in with an open mind and accept the idea that something needs to change, usually those projects go a lot smoother. While if clients come in with preconceived ideas, that might create problems down the track. I think to convince big enterprises to actually change things, the advice really is a bit of a cliche. Just start small and then go from there. Realistically, enterprises won't just rip out a system and replace it with a different system. They do it gradually. And if you look at current Tableau clients, there are huge companies that have thousands of developers in there, and they went there gradually. I think it's really a balance act on how often you should change or not change. Of course, you should be open to change, but at the same time, you shouldn't just embrace it for the sake of it. You should always be a bit skeptic, and it's always nice to have that colleague that sort of questions it as well and says, okay, do we actually need to change what we do here? I think in terms of convincing people, companies or leaders that change is a good thing, it comes down to why they are afraid of change. And in my view, that's often that they fear the risk of change. If you keep things as they are, you don't really have anything to lose. If you change things, you might actually fail. And I think the best way to address it is to actually show them the potential benefit of a certain project, and that it's really thought through and not just a quick idea that might be successful.